Okay, so since we didn't get to do knitting while we were in Maine, I am going to attempt to make a video for you. My suggestion for you is that since you have not done knitting before, that you master just a basic knit stitch, and then I will teach you how to do the pattern of the dishcloth. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn and you're going to put a stitch on your needle. And the way you do that is your first stitch is literally just a slip knot. So you put that on there, tighten it up. There's a few different ways that people like to add stitches. I like to just use my finger and my thumb. So I take my thumb, I wrap it around, and I pick up the stitch. So now I have 2. Round, 3. So I'm going to suggest that you just put like 10 stitches on. And then you just you get comfortable knitting those back and forth. And then once you're comfortable with that, I can show you how to do the actual pattern for the dishcloth. The dishcloth uses 2 different stitches, actually 3. But once you have this mastered, you should be fine with the other ones. So when you have your stitches on, your needle with the stitches stays in your left hand. I'm assuming you're right-handed. And the needle that you're going to be transferring those over to, the empty needle, stays in your right hand. So you're going to slide your needle underneath your yarn, but behind your needle. So it looks like this on the back and this on the front. I hold the 2 needles together kind of with my thumb and my forefinger or my middle finger. And then you have to take your yarn and you're going to wrap it around the back needle. And you're going to pull your right hand needle back until it just comes past your left needle, and you're going to slide it in front and pick up this stitch right here, which is what you just wrapped around. That's the yarn you were just wrapping around that needle, and then you slide that one off. So now you've transferred that stitch to your right hand needle. I'll show you again. You're going to slide in behind the needle, and between the needle and the yarn right now. You're going to wrap around and then slide back and catch it. That's probably the trickiest part, is just figuring out how the right amount of pressure with the needles and how far to go, so that you don't lose everything. Again, back around, slide back, and quick into the front so that you grab that stitch. So you're literally just going to do this. Make sure you can see this in the video. You're just going to do this all the way to the end. And don't worry if some of your stitches are really loose, some are really tight. Like, you'll figure out the pressure the more that you do this. You just have to get really comfortable with this stitch. And once you're comfortable with this stitch, then you'll be able to do the rest of it. And then you're just going to switch back to the other hand. So now, again, all the stitches are here in your left hand. Your needle that you're going to transfer to is in your right hand. Just kind of turn your stitches a little bit. And then the same thing, up and under, around, and then slip off onto the next needle. So every time you get done doing a row of these, your knitting will get a little bit longer. And so you'll start to see, when you get it all over, start to look like a scarf. So my suggestion is that you just keep doing this until you get really comfortable with that knit stitch. And then I can show you how to do the other 2 stitches, which are really easy, and the actual pattern for the dishcloth. So that's all it's going to look like. Just get comfortable with that. Let me know when you think you've got it, and then I can show you how to do the actual knitting of the pattern. All right, have fun.